Okay guys, a big welcome here at the Doug Bale Enterprises laboratory, workbench, tech center, whatever you want to call it. I think we all recognize the compact hopper. These predominantly, they came in a lot of things, but most popular application was the American Changer AC500. Okay, now this one's hooked up. I am going to jump the coin low sensor because I don't have enough coins. So when testing, if you don't want to fill them up, you can jump these two tabs across back here. And I am going to put in a total of 4 coins, so we know it pays 4. The reason I'm testing this hopper is the red tab in there has broken. They're supposed to both be tall, like on the left there, but this one still works. Doesn't work every time. I'll show you why. Alright, so we did get 4 coins out of this one. The problem is, if you have a broken eject finger, let me get a little closer here to our work. When the next part breaks, guess what? It jackpots the whole hopper. So depending on how much you have in there, I'll show you what they should look like. The one on the right, the white one, this is the one that we have produced. We have an expert on staff with 3D printing. A lot of people over the last 2 or 3 years have sent me their work, their samples, all of which have failed because they are not strong enough, and it eventually just breaks off a tab after maybe 5 or 10 loads in a hopper, $400 or $500 at a time. So anyways, we have tested these and we are now releasing them. I will put the link down below in our website. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on one of these. Let's take the one apart that is in this hopper and that is broken. I'll give you a little recap on how to change them. If you've never done one, it can be a little bit challenging, but these hoppers are pretty easily serviced. What you want to do first is take off your 2 tabs for your low coin sensor. Oops. I have my glasses on. This comes apart. You don't really need this to do any testing. So I'm going to leave it out of the way. Now we get to the good stuff. Okay. This one, and I'm going to leave the harness, I'm going to leave the harness in there because I have extra test harnesses that I've already got hooked up to my board. So we want to disconnect the 4-pin, I guess we should disconnect it. We want to disconnect this plug. It's got 4 pins on it. I'll show you a little closer up. Let's get rid of this. Don't need it. This is a harness that is on one that has been on my test jig. Okay, now as you can see here, I have jumped across the low coin warning with just a simple jumper cord, a couple tabs on each end. That one has been fixed. So what we're going to do is save this hopper harness for a minute. I'm going to take this one apart, show you guys hopefully a trick or two. Let's see. Now I think we'll take it apart and leave the coin wheel on this one. Alright guys, there's 4 screws. This one here next to the red eject finger is the short one, okay? A little bit shorter than the other three. So when you put them back together, save a little time. You know the short one goes here. So now what you do is you just lift this top portion off. Sometimes if they haven't been off for a while, they can be a little tight, but they'll come off. You want to do it carefully, because otherwise you may dump your gears out, which we will get to on another video. So here's one little item you want to keep track of that goes around the lens of the optic. Now, what we do here is I just kind of lay it apart like so, and I'm going to zoom in before I completely take it apart. And you see that spring? That's a tight spring, and if it gets away from you, you're going to be looking for it. So let me take this one off. I usually just grab it. Well, I didn't even get a chance to grab it. Comes apart like so. Oops. Get my other hand in here. See how that tab is broken? Well, the other one, it's kind of a safety feature, has hung in there to prevent it from jackpotting, but it's only a matter of time. So we want to put this one back in. The little sharp fingers, I hold them down and I lay it flat. Oops. Lift this out of here. Alright, so that's what it's supposed to look like. That's your little tab that goes back and forth. This one is a little tight, but that's okay because it's brand new. Okay, just came out of the press, so to speak. Now the way I do these, everybody's going to have their own way, and I think somebody could invent a nice tool with a little probe on the end, but I'm going to do this. It's hard to see, I know, guys. So you hook it on one end. Alright, so we have it on the easy end. Now this end is not quite as easy. Need to pull that over. I'm going to set this in my lap, guys, because I have no way to hold it here. Okay, I got the difficult end on. Like I said, somebody. No, I didn't. I didn't have it pushed down. All right, one more minute. We'll get it right. Alright, I believe I have it on. Actually, in doing about 20 of those in the last week, I've never had that much problem getting the spring on. There is a little ferrule you probably can't see that keeps that spring from popping off. So now this part is not quite as difficult because everything seems to want to fit just right. Let me put my boards back in place, put my little sensor fell out. Normally, sometimes these fall out, other times they don't. Alright, so I put my little black ferrule, let's call it, back in place. This goes like so. You have to wiggle it a little bit, maybe. Not much, to get those gears in. Now, we obviously want to look and be sure our spring is on, but once you get it beyond that ferrule, you're normally okay. So let's put the 4 screws in. We'll start them. The one under my finger next to the tab, be sure that is the short one, and away we go. Be a little careful because you're going into plastic, and I don't think these things are meant to come apart, but a few times in their life. Alright, so just be sure our little short one is snug. Okay, so now here's the next trick. And in producing these, you can turn this. I was holding it with my hand. Now you see the tabs are in place, and they don't catch. In producing these, we had to play with the length of these a little bit because, unlike this one, they would catch and they would go click, and I don't think it would affect anything, but we didn't like it. So anyways, what we're going to do now, guys, I'm going to put my handy dandy harness to work, plug it into our American Changer 110 volt board, which is here. And of course we have our trusty MEI on there. So now what we're going to do, take this end, and I'm doing this out of the housing to make it easier to see. This 4-pin cannot go on backwards the way it's designed. Okay, so now the coins eject out of here. So what I normally do is I turn it on. I get 4 coins, so we know it shuts off, which it should. Now if you get 3 coins or 1 coins, it could be set on dollars by the little program chip in the board. 3 coins means you got a problem. So 4 coins, and these are fast, guys. They spit a lot of coins out. So there you go. We have fixed a American Changer compact hopper, just like all the rest of these on the bench here, and they are ready to go. Once again, there's your 2 tabs. You can spin it like this. You can see, I'll put a quarter in here so you can kind of see what happens. It touches the first one and spits it out like so. So you can see what happens if that second tab breaks off. It's going to spit all the coins out because it's not counting them. It doesn't know it's dispensing coins. So that's about it, guys, for this video. We will have our little, let me show you, we will have our white tabs available for you, and like I said, I will put a link down below if you happen to get maybe we've experimented with different composites and different colors to keep them coated. All of ours have proven to be pretty much indestructible. So as you see, we have a red, white, and black. These are all prototypes that we made that So far we have 100% success rate. None of them have failed. So let's hope we have the same outcome with your project. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put it down below, and we look forward to getting some of these compact hoppers back off the shelves and back into circulation, because those AC500s are great little machines, especially for bulk vending racks, back room of a bar where it's got 1 or 2 pool tables and a pinball machine where you still need quarters. They're awesome. So anyways, guys, comment down below, and I have a link to where you can purchase one of these for your hopper. For now, Doug at Doug's World Tour, out.